One morning, his car disappeared. Later, they found it at the bottom of a lake. No fingerprints. Then his teenage daughter didn't come home from school. He went wild. Posters, news, tears. That night, he woke up tied to a chair in his own basement. I turned on the camera. Say her name. What? The old woman, my daughter. He cried. He confessed. Everything. I injected him with something that froze his body, but left his mind awake. This is what it feels like to watch your life fall apart. I leaked the video. His wife left him. His daughter was found unharmed. He ended up in a care home, unable to move, unable to speak, staring at a ceiling forever. My name is Marcus Hill. I'm telling you this from a concrete room that smells like bleach, rust, and regret. Prison has a way of stripping life down to its bones. You get a bunk, a number, and too much time to remember everything you tried to forget. I'm a Black American man, 46 years old, former city bus driver, former husband, forever a father. If you're wondering why I'm here, don't worry, I'll get there. Just know this first. Everything I did after I lost the last person I loved. After that, prison felt less like punishment and more like an address change. I used to drive bus 17. Same route every day, same cracked sidewalks, same tired faces climbing on before sunrise. I liked it because it was simple. Turn the wheel, call out stops, get people where they needed to go, honest work, quiet work. My wife, Angela, used to say I was born to do quiet things. She died giving birth to our daughter. That day split my life in half. Before and after, Angela gone, just like that. A nurse handed me a tiny black baby wrapped in a blanket too big for her and said, "She's healthy." As if that made everything okay. Our daughter's name was Layla. She became my whole world. I learned how to braid hair badly, learned how to cook things that didn't come from a box, learned how to smile through pain so she wouldn't see it. When she laughed, it felt like Angela was still somewhere nearby, watching us. When Layla turned 13, the city got too expensive and too loud. I wanted somewhere quieter, safer, somewhere a man could raise a daughter without always looking over his shoulder. That's how we ended up in Brierwood. Small town, tree-lined streets, friendly smiles that didn't always reach the eyes. One police station, 2 cops who ran the place like it was their personal playground. Officer Dale Mercer and Officer Ron Kessler. Everybody knew them. Everybody feared them. Nobody said anything. They wore their racism like a badge they never bothered to polish. They stopped black drivers just to check. They shook down small business owners, took cash from drug dealers, and looked the other way. They flirted with women young enough to be their daughters and laughed when those women looked uncomfortable. I saw it all from my bus. One afternoon, a teenage boy got pulled off my bus for looking suspicious. "Officer, he just paid his fare." Mercer leaned in close, his breath smelling like coffee and arrogance. "Drive the bus, driver. This doesn't concern you." The boy was shaking, 15 at most. Later, an old man selling fruit without a permit got his stand kicked over. Another day, a woman crying outside the station because they wouldn't take her report seriously. Brierwood stayed quiet, because silence was safer than truth. Layla noticed everything. She was smart like her mother, curious, always asking why.
"Dad, why do those cops always stop people who look like us?"
I told her the same lie parents have told kids for generations. Not everyone is good at their job. I should have told her the truth. I didn't learn everything about Mercer and Kessler from watching them myself. In a town like Brierwood, truth doesn't walk in the open. It leaks through whispers, at bus stops, in barbershops, from drunk mouths that talk too much once the sun went down. I heard rumors. People said the cops weren't just dirty on the street, they were useful. Useful to politicians who wanted their enemies gone. A city council hopeful who spoke too loudly about corruption would suddenly have his house randomly searched. Drugs would appear in a sock drawer that hadn't been opened in years. A rival organizer would get pulled over and somehow end up with a trunk full of narcotics he'd never seen before. Charges stacked high, careers ended. All of it clean on paper, filthy underneath. They were paid well for it too. Cash envelopes, favors, promises of protection. Mercer once bragged in a diner that some people owed their freedom to him. Everyone laughed like it was a joke. Nobody asked who lost theirs. Then there were the women. I heard they'd pick up prostitutes in their patrol cars, uniforms still on, radios crackling with calls they ignored. They'd drive straight past emergencies and check into cheap hotels during work hours. Taxpayer-funded rooms for backroom deals and backseat sins. If a woman tried to say no, suddenly she had warrants she'd never heard of. One night, an older driver on my route leaned in and whispered, "Those cops ain't law enforcement, they're contractors." At the time, I didn't understand how deep that went. Later, when my daughter was gone, every rumor lined up like evidence I'd ignored. Every laugh, every whisper, every silence. The day everything broke, Layla was riding her bike home from the library one evening. She liked recording things on her phone, said she wanted to be a journalist one day. "Someone has to tell the real stories," she used to say. That's when she saw them. An old woman, maybe in her 70s, bent over, carrying grocery bags. Mercer and Kessler, looking drunk, had her pinned near a patrol car. "You selling pills, Grandma?"
I don't know what you're talking about.
Layla hid behind a parked truck and hit record. "Don't lie to us," the woman begged, said she was just trying to get home. Mercer shoved her. She fell. Her head hit the pavement with a sound Layla said she still hears in her nightmares, before she stopped having nightmares because she stopped having anything at all. The woman didn't move. There was silence. Then laughter faded into panic. "Oh, damn, check her pulse. She's dead." They stood there, uniforms wrinkled, badges catching the sunlight. "We gotta destroy the body cam footage." That's when Mercer looked up, saw Layla. "Hey, you!" Layla ran. She jumped on her bike and pedaled like the devil himself was chasing her. She didn't look back. She didn't stop until she got home. She called me, crying so hard she couldn't breathe.
Dad, they killed her. They saw me. They're cops. Dad, I'm scared.
I left my bus in the depot and drove home faster than I ever have in my life. She told me everything, showed me the video. I hugged her and said the words I regret most. "It's going to be okay." The cops came that night. They knew my schedule. They knew I worked late routes. I came home to flashing lights and lies. "Sir, there was a break-in. Your daughter." I pushed past them. Layla was on the floor of her bedroom. Her phone was gone. Her eyes were open but empty. I don't remember screaming, but my throat burned for days. They said it was a robbery gone wrong. Said there was no evidence. Said I should let the professionals handle it. I tried to go to internal affairs, to the state police, anyone who would listen, but the video was gone. So was justice. I buried my daughter with my own hands because I couldn't trust anyone else to do it right. That's when the old version of me started knocking. Before Angela, before Layla, before the bus. I used to run with a gang back in my 20s. Did things I'm not proud of. Learned things I never forgot. I left that life because love changed me. But grief? Grief brings things back from the dead. I studied Mercer and Kessler for months. Their routines, their weaknesses, the way they trusted their badge to protect them from consequences. I started with Mercer. One morning, his car disappeared. Later, they found it at the bottom of a lake. No fingerprints. Then his teenage daughter didn't come home from school. He went wild. Posters, news, tears. That night, he woke up tied to a chair in his own basement. I turned on the camera. Say her name. What? The old woman, my daughter. He cried. He confessed. Everything. I injected him with something that froze his body, but left his mind awake. This is what it feels like to watch your life fall apart. I leaked the video. His wife left him. His daughter was found unharmed. He ended up in a care home, unable to move, unable to speak, staring at a ceiling forever. Then there was Kessler. I had studied him for weeks. Every night was the same. Video games until his eyes were heavy, headset off, lights out. That night, when I was sure he was asleep, I went in. He never saw my face clearly. He only felt a sharp sting, and then nothing. When he woke up, he wasn't in his house anymore. He was in my basement. Cold concrete. A metal cage. No clothes. No escape. Dogs walked in slow circles around him, growling softly, day and night. He screamed at first, then he begged, then he went quiet. It didn't matter. He had no family, no friends who checked on him, no one waiting for him to come home. To the world, he was dead. I made sure of that. And down there, in the dark, behind locked bars and watching eyes, he finally understood what it felt like to be forgotten. He screamed day and night, his voice raw with fear and pain. The dogs circled his cage, growling whenever he moved. The walls couldn't hold the sound forever. Neighbors started hearing the screams. At first, they thought it was dogs. Then they thought it was a fight. Finally, they realized it was something worse. Someone called the police. My front door was kicked in before dawn. Wood splintered. Guns were raised. Flashlights flooded my basement with light. They found him in the cage. They found the recordings. They found me standing there, calm and empty. That's how I was arrested. Now Mercer and Kessler are in prison too. The town finally knows what it protected. And me? I'm here. Prison is quieter than my house ever was after Layla died. Sometimes I dream of her smiling at me, just like when she was alive. Then I wake up, staring at concrete walls, and the smile is gone. People ask if I regret it. I tell them no. Because if hell is real, it started the night my daughter died. Everything after that was just logistics. Anyway, that's my story. If you enjoyed this totally uplifting tale of justice, trauma, and extremely poor life choices, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because apparently, even from prison, everybody's got a channel now.